because you're an expert in baking, don't do that. But that's actually what you could do. I didn't say that. But you could do that. But what happens is it does actually track that you're logged in and the time, like, this person. So towards the end of the semester, when someone's logged in, like, 2.5 hours for the entire semester, you're kind of like, well, what's going on here, right? So I usually look at, how long were you in the course, is it reasonable, and have you done like what needed to be done? Okay, or at least started. I'm actually kind of easy on that. I'm not a gotcha, I'm totally not a gotcha person at all. I don't like that. But I do have to follow that sort of process with the MATC. Okay. So, does that answer your question? Yes. So, it's not skiing related, I know, but no, we'll talk skiing another time.
So when we do online work, we must put the username and the date?
No, the system will automatically register we have like this analytics thing where we can see who's been in what and whatever. But when you log on, it just automatically tracks your time. You don't have to do anything. So, and if you have questions,
We just put the date.
just log on and start working in the course. And I'll show you a little bit later maybe how that works. Yeah. But you don't worry about having to like put time. You don't do that. The system does that for you. In theory. So. Okay.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes.
Especially for you, I don't know if some of you guys are new to school, but you can actually rent out Chromebooks and stuff from the library if they have them left. So if you didn't know that, maybe it's something you might wanna do. This one here has data, I can go to anywhere, I can sit in my car.
It's a laptop.
Oh yeah, it just opens up like this, it's just like an easier version of a laptop, you don't have to have all the stuff, it just automatically turns on and stuff. But it's pretty sweet and it's for free, so if there's any left, you might wanna check that out, cause it's really easy to use and then
I received a laptop from MATC campus downtown on the school turn around.
oh, okay, yeah, it might be the same thing, so.
Geek Squad has like a program that like teaches you how to be more intuitive on your laptop.
It's called Geek Squad.
Yeah, that's if you ever have like trouble with it, it'll help you be more intuitive.
And then I just go to MATC tutor.
That's kind of what they are, right? The Geek
Yeah,
Squad.
yeah, they're like computers,
Yeah.
like tutors like to the, I don't know, you gotta have a tutor that, is good at like, teaching electronics. So that's what I just said.
It's called Geek.
Yeah, that's Best Buy.
Is that Best Buy?
Just for like computer, like they help, like my grandma, they help her with her laptop.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting this.
Yeah.
Or a young person.
Right.
Grab anyone, I'm
Anyone.
telling you,
Yeah.
that's the way it works. It's like, I'm serious, that's how, some of you can relate, some of you with kids, it's like, yeah, I'm not even doing this at home sometimes. I'm like, Thomas, get over it, just do all this. He's like, oh, well, and then I love it when I'm like holding something, like, he just yanks it out, like, give me that. And then he's like, they just gives it back to me. They pull, I'm like, do not pull it out of my hand. I go, right? I'm like, don't pull it out of, like, they're physically,
Like snatch?
yeah, because they can't even, because I'm like trying to explain the problem, and they don't want to hear my problem, because I already know what you want. It's just, oh. So, but I can tell you this, I have a network extender in my house, and if the dishes are left in the sink, I just go on my phone, and I go to my network, and I shut them down. I can shut down their device, because it's, Thomas gaming computer, click, and suddenly he has no access to the internet.
How old are your kids?
That's smart.
He's a sophomore in high
Oh,
school.
yeah.
I have 4 kids, so he's a sophomore in high school. He's like, why'd you shut me down? I'm like, there's a cereal dish in the sink. Your penalty is 24 hours of no internet. He's like, and then one day he took his phone and used it as a hotspot. I'm like, no, I gotta take his phone. It's just crazy. I know. Back in our day, it's like you can't watch TV, and there were only 3 channels, or
Right.
I don't think we even had Fox. It's just like
No, we didn't.
3 network channels, right?
Is this
It's
channel
like no
6?
Dallas for you,
Yeah.
no Dukes or Hazzard on Friday. Almost like a CBS channel. Anyway, now I'm really dating myself. Okay. Sounds crazy. So if you guys log on to Blackboard, and I think, anybody in this room, you don't have to say it now, but if you don't have experience with Blackboard, come see me maybe later or whatever if you want just a little overview. But I'm assuming everyone here is somewhat familiar with it. Okay, so maybe we'll chat a little bit about it. I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert here, I'm not in IT, I'm okay, I can get by. But this is what our class page looks like. So getting started obviously is where we start. If you haven't looked at it yet, I'm assuming most of you have, but the syllabus is right here. Cute little letter that I wrote is here, but I'm not gonna talk about them.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is the textbook, I don't know if you went over it before I got here, is it needed, or is there an online version that we can buy?
Talk to your ski partner over there, 'cause I just answered.
I wasn't here yet, I wasn't here.
So, I don't know about the online version, I know flipping pages is a lot of work.
It's more or less the way.
So you may have to, wait, I'll have to check with it's Dearborn as the publisher. And there is the ISBN number, which is in the syllabus, so, there, it's the little number right here.
It's called Vital Source, it has like online versions, but I
People, NATC like cooks their own books and shit.
So here's the ISBN number, and I will, actually it's in the syllabus, I'll show you. I will say this, I don't say this about all classes, but the book in this class is actually really good. This is a good book. Sometimes the books are kind of and I'm not a fan of them, but in this case, I think this one's actually fairly decent.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
7 books.
Okay, yeah.
It's $70.
It's called Vital Source.
$70 for
Yeah,
that
full
book.
digital copy.
I didn't pay that much for this.
How much is it, how much?
How
is
much
it?
Oh, it's
did
only
you-
50?
54.
Okay, that's not bad.
I mean, mine was used, I don't remember what's the
Take
difference.
less, probably the same.
Well, go online. So here's what you guys want to do. Go to your syllabus, which is this funny looking thing, and see this thing right here, the ISBN number. So you're just gonna now watch. Oh, by the way, this is my disclaimer. If I ever do online like live presentations and I screw it up, I don't take responsibility for it. So there it is. So you just ISBN it, and then you guys aren't impressed, you know how it is, but you just put it in there, and then you actually get the book, and here's I guess a used version of it maybe. CTC Bookstore, I don't know what that is. So I would look around. I mean, I'm not gonna, you guys know this better than I do, so look for the book in different areas. You don't have to necessarily, I don't know if this is it, this doesn't look like it. But look for it with the ISBN number. This is actually it right here, so.
ISB.
So you can get it on Amazon here, and how much is it? 65?
65
That
on
seems high.
Amazon, yeah.
So, see if there's other used versions somewhere or something, so, alright? So, it's not a bad book, I'll say this, it's actually a good book, so, alright, so that's that. So, syllabus real quick, I'm not gonna you guys can read most of this,
Quick
so, yeah.
I noticed, is this federal law only, or I mean, is it Wisconsin specific, or is this all just federal?
It's not Wisconsin specific, it's
Okay,
just
so that's a good thing.
general, yeah.
So if you move to another state, it's still relative.
Yes, it is, and it's not, yeah, it doesn't say much about law, I mean, most of the stuff is somewhat straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the law stuff, that's the other classes, and those
Right.
are Wisconsin. And I will add stuff that's Wisconsin specific, cause we're gonna talk about, like, how do you evict somebody? You know, how do you get somebody out, and boy, there's ways you can get people out. And things like that, and those are Wisconsin specific. Back when I started, I worked in Chicago for a while, for a real scummy, property owner. His name was, I'm not making this up, you guys are gonna think I'm making this up. It's for the discussion board, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And whatever the topic is, you make your comments on it, and then, you do this every week. And I look at discussion boards to see if you have attendance, right? That's for the online only. And then comment on other ones too. And on the comments, don't say, hey, good point, I agree. I mean, you do a little bit more than that. It's like, cause I kinda like, okay, it's like, I agree. So, I don't know, just add, I mean, that's your chance to kind of, interact with each other outside of here, okay? So you have to have at least two comments on a comment on two different student posts. So your own comment and then two, student, comment, like responses.
So a discussion board post and then two comments.
Yes, yeah. And don't write, I agree, or good point.
Question. Now it say if
Wait, you already had a question, didn't you? I swear you did.
several, but in the, and what I was reading is like, if no one comments on that discussion, you don't get credit for it.
No, that's not how it's read. So you write your own narrative to the
Right.
topic, and then you're gonna see other students. Now, if you're the very first one doing the narrative, then, I guess you have to wait a day or two until other people put their narratives into it. And then you go back, then you read someone else's narrative and you comment on it.
Comment, but what if no one comments under your section?
That doesn't matter.
Okay. I swear I was reading, I was reading.
Did I not write that correct? Where? Okay, oh, on my letter? Okay, I'll reread that, maybe I'll edit that.